Hi, this is Andrzej. I'm in shock, really. I've seen a lot of custom battles, custom contests, and so on. But this is the first time I've really seen from the inside how it all looks. Because at the motorcycle show, you could vote for the best BMW R18 built by BMW dealers from all over Poland. The contest, which was decided today at the Warsaw Heritage Festival, which I like to call the Warsaw Heritage Festival. An amazing event, seriously. It will continue to be held regularly in the coming years. We at the fort in Mokotów, it's worth coming here, even if you don't live near Warsaw, because the place is great. A lot of custom motorcycles, not just BMWs, but I also saw a lot of R18s from customers. And then there's the cream of the crop, built by the dealers. Liberty won. Liberty was built by Nine Hills, and I'll tell you, I'm not a huge fan of customs, especially customs on cruisers. But here, a company that was previously focused on, another brand showed how to build customs on big, solid cruisers. A beautiful machine. I hope you'll still get a chance to see it somewhere. The motorcycle is beautiful, a work of art, but you managed to pull this off in 3 months? How?
You know what? Let me tell you, there are two facts worth mentioning. The first is indeed that we managed to do this in 3 months, and the second is that I was raised on Harleys, and we specialize in Harleys, while the BMW is our absolute debut, so 3 months is truly an impressive achievement. And here I can't help but be a little proud, but this is our debut, it's our first creation for this brand, and we intend to continue this work in future projects. Thanks in part to this event, we already have many orders.
Yes, I know. I also talked to the guys from Liberty Motors. They said the phones were ringing off the hook the whole time. These 3 months have been non-stop action.
Let me tell you, it really is sweat. It's tears, it's blood, it's sacrifice from my team, and I'd like to take this moment to thank them very much, because both the bodywork, which normally takes 3 times as long, and the paintwork, which also usually takes at least 3 times as long, were all done at lightning speed. And even so, despite all that, they end up looking absolutely spectacular.
Hubert, did you get that?
Listen closely, that's precisely how things often turn out at significant events like this one.
But listen, the boxer engine, pay attention, everything was absorbed by the cover. Just paint one valve cover and it's all sorted.
Let's see how it works. Let's hope our friend pulls it off.
Yes, because customs as usual, at first glance you look and say, wow! And then you look at the details. What was the biggest challenge? Because that's how I see the built-in clock. I see a completely different oil cooler. I see suspension adjustments here, and the suspension too. It's air. What? No.
No, it's not pneumatic. This is a suspension that has been modified and reworked. This is a Harley suspension. We selected a weight that is roughly similar to that of a Harley. Harley rear shock absorber, which comes from the latest generation Milwaukee unit. And this particular unit can be adjusted with several levels of stiffness. So we shortened this shock absorber. We also ordered a knob, which as you can see is made of aluminum and custom made, because the factory one is plastic. So among the things here that are not original and were handmade are, among others, the fuel tank, which was actually no. The tank right here, the fuel tank has been modified. So what was changed in the fuel tank? I'm not sure how familiar you are with the original construction of the BMW R18, but the fuel tank is characterized by having the fuel filler right here in the center, which has been welded shut, or rather it made way for the gauges, which in the factory version are located in this area above the triple clamps. However, to allow us to refuel and to maintain a certain symmetry, we created 2 new fuel fillers which open like this. These are pop-up type fillers which absolutely do not spoil the lines of the motorcycle, and as I mentioned earlier, are placed symmetrically. So among the things that were done in terms of bodywork, that were changed in terms of sheet metal, are among others the fuel tank, as well as these indentations you see here, which were meant to add a bit more sportiness. The fairing, the front fender, the rear fender, this is all handmade. Absolutely nothing you see here was bought from a catalog.
Sheet metal.
Sheet metal, just like the front fender, just like the rear fender, just like the license plate mount. Absolutely nothing was bought from a catalog.
Did you sew the bag yourself too?
The bag was made by the company Lucky Piotr Lapandro, an absolute guru when it comes to making things out of leather.
You fit right in with them.
I don't know if you notice, and I know you do, since you're in the motorcycle world, the seat, which is a boba style seat, is usually shaped like a bun at the back. This one, however, is a seat that directly references the seat from the Yamaha R1. I had 3 Yamaha R1S, and that's exactly what the seat looks like that's installed on this motorcycle. So we basically copied its rear part and adapted the front part to fit the needs of this project.
So there wasn't this obsession that since it's a BMW competition, you have to do everything the BMW way, because I see some inspiration here from Harley, some from Yamaha.
Absolutely, there was no following the BMW way, because we have no experience with BMW. We wanted to create a motorcycle that would have clean lines, be proportional, and follow the typical German school, meaning no excess over substance. Less means more.
Brilliant, brilliant. And also, I have to say, I'm most impressed by the Radiator. Sorry, I don't know if that's a technical perspective.
Listen, as much as the Radiator caught your attention, I'd like to point out a few other elements that directly reference the Radiator, because the Radiator was just the starting point for the modifications we made in the later stages of modifying this motorcycle. And let me show you that. Look, this Radiator, which of course in its current form no longer resembles an ugly heater, now looks like this. It has fins, and the same kind of fins can also be found on the cylinder covers. These fins are also present on the lamp cover, the smaller lamp, 5.75 inches. And this panel, which you can also see here on the engine casing, is also a direct analogy to the previously used parts.
It's not just about the impressive looks, but the overall performance also has to be truly Behringer.
More like yes. I mean, this is a 2-liter unit, very heavy, close to 400 kilometers. So we had to take care not only of the design, but also of traction and brakes. So we used 6-piston caliper from Behringer, which is absolutely top-notch when it comes to customizing motorcycles at the highest level.
I don't just mean it looks good from the front, because the rear master cylinder is also Behringer.
The rear master cylinder is from Behringer, the front calipers are from Behringer, and the rear caliper, which you absolutely can't see from the left side because we use the Handmade saddlebag. Sorry, but I'm really full of emotions today. So from the left side, that saddlebag completely covers this refined element, but from the right side you can see it directly. So the brakes are Behringer both at the front and the rear, which is an absolute top choice in the world of customizing. It's also worth noting the small details, which I personally always pay attention to. For example, take a look in the pinstripes. There's an inscription that bears the name of my company. Here is the Liberty Project. Even the caps that hold the engine mounts, which are really small, just 12 millimeters in diameter, are adorned with sporty inscriptions that further emphasize the sporty character of this retro motorcycle.
A whole life with Harleys, and now there's this BMW. What brought you the most joy with this motorcycle? Was it the engine or the drive transmission?
I'll tell you what made me happiest was the power unit engine. It is truly a noble creation of Bavarian engineering designers. So this simple form, this form that hasn't been disrupted by any cables or other additions that would spoil its character, this pure, undisturbed character of the unit itself was, in my opinion, something absolutely worthy of attention. And thanks to this model, the R18, I feel like continuing to explore the BMW brand.
Awesome! Congratulations again. Who has the keys? Let's start it up.
I've got them, damn it. Always
give them to him. Maybe not when it's cold. Is this yours? to the side.
This is something that really distinguishes the Harley generation from the BMW engine generation. It's a very simple example, but you can fall in love with it, believe me.
Congratulations and see you next year. So, to sum up, the Warsaw Heritage Festival, next year you have to be here. If you're interested in this kind of vibe, the BMW Custom Contest will probably take place again next year. It's worth taking part, because there were prizes for everyone. You were the ones who actually chose this motorcycle. So, what now? A first-class party, perfect for a Saturday. Motorcycles, food, music that's about to start. Our world of motorcycles, lots of cool, passionate people who build these bikes. You could meet them, talk, maybe get some inspiration. Getting a tattoo, that even crossed my mind, but actually I don't have any, so not this year. And a little bit of alcohol, just a tiny, tiny bit. It's worth riding motorcycles, it's worth building customs, it's worth having fun with all of this. Take care and see you next year. And congratulations to Liberty Motors for building that custom together with 9 Hit, because wow, awesome. Hi.